welcome back to another week with another friend and then another episode. Oh my God, this is such a complicated sentence.
You can
Welcome to
do
the
it.
show. I know, I got this. Welcome to the show, Anna. Jess, did you notice that this is the first Anna ANA that we had this year so far? Statistically speaking, it's the most common first name that we have on the show in this year.
Is it?
It is.
All
You
right.
just have to go to back to like 3 or 4 episodes and then another 2 episodes or before that. Anyways, Anna, welcome to the show. It is very nice meeting you. For those of you, including Jess and myself, that have never met you in person, who are you?
Yes, yeah. So you probably had other Annas, but I'm the first Anna Leticia you guys
That
had.
is correct.
Which is my
Funny
first
enough, that
name.
is, I always create a download folder where I store all the recordings. Yours is called Anna Leticia because there was already another Anna folder actually too. So
Yeah. So my name is Anna Leticia. So this is the first name, my first name. I'm Brazilian, and I'm currently living in Portugal for the last 8 years. Therefore, here it's common to have Anna plus something as first name or Maria plus something as first name. So you're gonna see a lot of Annas and Marias in Portugal. Currently work as head of BI, and I've been working I've been in the data world for 6 years now. And before that, I used to work with political marketing and elections. And that's where I started working with data, data for elections. Then I just dropped
Interesting.
the elections part and kept the data. So,
Smart.
yeah, it was nice to meet you guys.
I'm pretty
Nice
sure
to meet you.
elections make for a very interesting data set. Sometimes also very depressing, I assume, but interesting for sure.
It depends on the story you want to tell. That's what
Oh,
I used to tell my clients.
that is very true. All right. I think it is time for our first actual question. So, Anna Leticia, what's your favorite data thing?
Yeah, I like the jingles. I think my favorite data thing is actually teaching about data. So as I said, I've been working I've been in the data world for the past 6 years, and even though now I'm working as head of BI, so it's much more managing and stuff. It's a lot of pressure, but I'm also Microsoft certified trainer. And I give trainings for PL 300, and I also have my own PL 300 bootcamp. So actually, when I'm teaching data, it's like I can breathe. I can do something fun. I don't need to deal with the pressure of the clients. So I think that's my favorite data thing because actually you can teach anything, right? So right now I'm teaching about PL 300, but some of my students they wanted to, learn more about data model, for example, and then we can just teach about data model. And of course, we won't know everything, but we always know enough to teach someone else. Yeah, and before working with data, I also taught languages when I was in university to get some extra money. So yeah,
Nice.
that's my favorite data thing.
I don't
I
think
always
we've
feel-
ever had teaching as an answer for
No,
the
I don't
favorite
think so
data
either.
thing.
No, cool.
But I like it.
I think
Yeah.
what you said too about like being able to teach anything, you can. I always find like putting a session together is how I learn a topic way better than any others. Like I've been putting some sessions together for the data API builder for the last couple of months, and you just learn so much about it, right? Because you're like, oh, what does it do over here, and you just dive into little pieces of it that you didn't like look at before, and then to be able to teach that session, you have to know it pretty well yourself. It's
Yeah.
a great way to learn.
And it's fun because also your former students keep asking for new stuff, so you think you're done.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
they say like, no, can you teach about,
Like, what
data
about?
model? Like,
Yeah,
yeah. And
that's
lately
cool.
a lot of my former students are also, because mostly are senior Power BI developers. So lately they've also been asking me to teach them how to be freelancers and do consulting and stuff like that. So we've been
cool.
deviating a bit about data, the technical part, but we've been doing some sessions on career as well. So it's really interesting. Yeah.
Nice. Do you teach in person or is this online training?
Online. Yeah.
Good.
I teach online, mostly my because also I teach in English, of course, but most of my students I teach in Portuguese because they're from Brazil. And I think 90% of my students they do the Microsoft exams in Portuguese,
Okay.
and there's not a lot of good quality material in Portuguese, and
Mm,
that was also a challenge for me because I created my own stuff in Portuguese, and it was fun.
nice. That's awesome.
I, I think that's generally always the issue with localized content, which rarely, I mean, it's an issue in Portuguese, but it's the same issue in German, and I assume it's probably the same issue in almost every other language, even out there. And I mean, even Portuguese, despite there being so many people
Yeah,
that speak Portuguese. Uh, so yeah, that's always there's always a niche for that because there's still lots of people
yeah,
that just prefer, especially when it comes to exam situations where they're like, well, I'm
Hmm.
under pressure and stress anyway, so I don't want to add the burden of a second language to that. So,
yeah. I
oh, that
think
makes sense.
also depends on the working language you do, because when my students ask me this question, like, oh, should I take the exam in English or in Portuguese? I always tell them, in which language do you work with Power BI every day, because if, for example, I do it in English, I actually, the first time I had to, when I started to teach PL 300, I had to learn again how to work with Power BI in Portuguese because I didn't know it myself, the words, the technical terms. So I always ask them, okay, if you do it in Portuguese, do it. If you work in Portuguese, do it in Portuguese. If you work every day in English, do it in English because your brain is going to think faster on the language you're used to every day, right? So
No, for sure. I'm not sure if that's still a thing. It used to be in the Microsoft exams, but I haven't taken one in quite a while, to be honest. That you would get extra time completing it if it's not in your native language, but they may have. But
I don't think so. No, I mean, now for at least with the PL 300, you have the same amount of time,
got it.
regardless the language you do. The only thing you can do is if you're doing it in a foreign language, you can see the original question in English if you think the translation is not good
Mm,
enough. Nowadays, it's okay, but for example, when they started with the DP 600, the Microsoft Fabric exam, they used to translate fabric as in Portuguese, like the word for fabric, like tissue.
hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it sounded so funny because it was literal translation. But they corrected already this kind of things. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still not properly translated in lots of the German docs and all that as well. So I kind of understand the need to get it out the door quickly, especially with how fast the market
Yeah.
and the products and the tech moves. But it's weird how they didn't figure out a way to just basically have a white list of words. We're like, okay, we never translate those. We're not going to translate firewall. We're not going to translate fabric. We're not going to translate
Yeah.
warehouse,
Hmm.
um, stuff like that. But well,
Yeah.
here we are.
Warehouse, also data warehouse is something they used to translate to Portuguese, and people were like, what's that? Yeah.
All right, moving on, I guess.
Second button.
What's your favorite non-data thing?
My favorite non-data thing is learning languages. I was going to say traveling, but I think lots of people also say that. But actually, I would like to learn language while traveling.
There
So
you go.
yeah, I speak Portuguese, English, French, Spanish, ein bisschen Deutsch, and some Dutch as well. But I confess that my German has to improve. So in September, I'm coming back to German lessons. Yeah, because I'm working for a Swiss company, and
Okay,
I know Swiss German is different than Hochdeutsch, but
very much so.
yeah, but still, like I do dashboards in German. All the databases are in German, so it's useful. Yeah, so yeah, I like learning languages too.
That's impressive. I think we've had a few people that have said learning languages or like that they can speak multiple languages. Just blows my mind. I was telling our previous guest, like, I can barely speak English and it's my first language.
There's that. But I mean, let's be fair. Your English is still okay. It's not great, Jess, but it's okay. So
It's okay.
It's
It
okay.
gets me by.
I mean, you're able to get like a cab and order some food and all that. And honestly, how much more in a
Yes.
language can you need?
That's it, right?
Even though it's your mother tongue. But
Yes.
Yeah, but you guys also have your own languages because we work with data. We also have all these languages, so
it's a true story.
it's the equivalent of learning a foreign language is to learn, SQL and KQL and Python and all this.
See, Jess, you don't only speak English, you also speak SQL
And PowerShell.
and PowerShell.
So many languages.
See,
Is PowerShell a
Share that.
language?
Yes. What do you mean? Is it a language? Jeez.
Just the way I said it.
You hurt me.
Yeah, you heard me.
No,
But
I
I
said
feel
you
like-
hurt me.
Oh, I'm sorry, but you heard me.
Oh, dear.
Oh, the languages. All right, I think it's quiz time.
Quiz time.
Jess and Ben, guess your favorite food.
All
so I
right.
give you tips for.
Yes,
Okay,
let's
I
start
think
with one and then we see
Yeah,
how
I
far
think
that
I
gets
only
us.
need one tip. So my favorite food, the tip is as I said in the beginning of the show, I'm Brazilian. So
That's the only tip we get. A Brazilian food. Okay.
what is the
Is it Brazilian steak?
Yes.
Ah!
I said you only need one tip. This is picanha.
Okay. The vegetarian guessed it in one.
I mean,
Yeah, I think it will be hard to think on a vegetarian typical dish in Brazil.
Tell us about that steak. Why is it your favorite?
Why? Or what? I think it's just cultural. Like when I moved to Europe, because I've lived in Belgium as well for 4 years before, and it was very weird for me that people wouldn't eat like beef every day, and I'm like, why? And I was like, why is that so expensive? And why do you have to eat chicken almost every day? Yeah, I think it was mainly cultural. Yeah, and also it's all the, Sunday lunch at a steakhouse 4 hours in a row with your family. It also was very good moments to see. It's like barbecues and all this. So that's
it's basically like Sunday roast, but they do it daily. So
Yeah, I'm in for that. Let's go.
yeah, as long as you have the money for it.
Right.
there's always something.
Yeah, it's an easy.
You're gonna have to teach some more classes.
Yes. Yeah, that was an easy one for you guys. I made it easy for you.
Yeah, it was almost too easy because it was like, okay, it's not going to be that because then
It's too easy, then it's not. Well, but if I go to my second favorite food, it's not Brazilian. Then this one is harder.
This
see,
isn't
that's
a
why we
10
only allow
question
one
quiz.
answer.
Yeah.
That's why we only allow one answer. That's why. That's why.
Yeah.
All right. And I'm very happy that once again we actually guessed the food rather than having to wait for it to be revealed. So
True.
we're getting better at this. Jess.
Good work, Ben.
Teamwork. No, this was us. PowerShell is a language. And on that note, we are at time. So thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for joining us and sharing a little bit about you so we get to know you a little bit. Thank you, Jess.
Yes.
And we see you all in 2 weeks' time with yet another friend and yet another guest. Bye.
Thank you
Bye,
very much
friends.
for the invitation. Bye.